Just out. What a rally. What a lung buster from the two teams. And we're only into the second point. Fetisova will serve again. And despite the fact this is early in the match, there'll be a few tired legs after that one. Too tired on this occasion for Fetisova to get to the ball. And Macris beats her first set for a point. And the Brazilian side, Dentil Praia Clube, are on their way. Well, they have quality through this squad, real experience, and here's one of them, 38-year-old Adenzia da Silva, the captain of this team. First season with Praia Clube, signed from Osasco in the off-season. Has had a bit of time in Italy with Scandici. Quite a few of these players pretty well travelled. Oh, that's unlucky. Right place, right time, wrong result on the defensive play. Bohai then back to the service line, 24 years of age, 1.82 m opposite. In her 8th season with Tianjin. Good serve, testing the pass. Two Americans out there on court for this Praia Clube team, and one Russian, Peyton Caffrey, and Naya Reid from the USA, and the player who's just hit it out, Sofia Kuznetsova. In amongst some real Brazilian stars, Carol Gattas, Adenzia, and Seta Macris, but this is not the start Praia Clube we're after. And while they have to test the pass of Tianjin in order to restrict their middle opportunities, in turn, they have to pass these wicked Chinese serves. They really get this Mikasa talking. Served a little deeper, well passed by Caffrey. Reid in off the wing to find the ball, but defended pretty easily. And Bohai stopped. There's your bit of experience. Gattas not getting over-revved in that rally. Making the right decision. Back to the line goes Reid. Omaha Supernovas player in the US Pro League. Brand new US Pro League. Played for Halkbank Anchor as well in her pro career. And was very successful as a Nittany Lion with Penn State back in the day. Chances here. Kuznetsova blocked again. Well, the 25-year-old at 182 in this particular match for wing spikers, relatively undersized, but the Russian has been going big on the points at this tournament so far, which means that Tianjin have done their homework and they've lined her up nicely. And not the best start from the service line for Tianjin's top scorer. Yingying out of luck on that one. Kuznetsova back to the line. Had a pretty successful time in Italy. Was a really solid player with Cugno. And starts with a big jump serve. Defended pretty well by Lee. Good swing from Wang. Oh, this is marvellous stuff from both teams. Oh, wow. Defenders are just lining the hitters up here. Can someone kill it? One can. And she does so through just a little bit of miscommunication. Natinha next to Caffrey, and they both leave it, one for the other. Cracking rally, second really big one of the match as well. Yingying with the serve. Easy overpass. Oh, nice run. Classic Chinese middle play, just the one-paced approach from Fetisova, the Russian. A little bit longer run in for the slide. Wasn't really committed to that, was she? I think Fetisova felt this one was going pipe, and she was absolutely right. Gataz can't get anywhere near Yingying and makes up for the service error earlier. Wang Yuan gets to serve again. Middle blocker puts it into play. Another middle player on the slide. Carol Gattas puts that down. Multiple Brazilian players over 30 years of age starting this match. Macris at 35, Dentil at 38, Carol Gattas at 35. Enjoyed some wonderful times internationally in the Brazilian squad together. And still cutting the mustard on the international stage. Heavy, heavy swing from Wang Yizhu. This time finds the angle and defeats Caffrey one-on-one. Setter, Yardi, another player who's had time in Italy with Scandici. Puts the ball in court, the playmaker for Tianjin. That's impressive from Reed. Brilliant defence. And Praia Clube have to go again and defend it again. Beautiful pickup. Oh, well covered. Very well covered. Praia Clube got all over the place there with their blocking schedule, but in the end, very effective on Lee out of the pipe. Macris to serve. A couple of seasons over in Turkey with Fenerbahce and Turk Hava Yolari before returning to Brazil. And sends a decent ball to Reed from the floor, just kept it nice and stable there. First test here for Tianjin, because Praia Clube have settled after a few random passes and a couple of problems in offence. They've settled into the match here, and the block is looking very good. Nice read, good pick up from Natinha, and Reed just can't quite jam it past Wang at the net. That's a really, really good piece of blocking work from Wang Yizhu. Had to cover a lot of distance there. And the 23-year-old, in her 8th season with Tianjin, goes back to the line. 37 points. In fact, 39 with her 2 kills as well in this match. Into the front court. Captain Li Yingying. She may have picked up a touch on the block, but the in-play technology allows us to see in and out, so not in, and no touch off the block. And they test her with the pass. This is good from Dentil. Really trying to push the Chinese captain, who has to go big in this match. And things looking a little shaky here at the moment for Tianjin. Praia Clube make the most of it. Snetsova, who's been blocked unceremoniously a couple of times in this match already, just alters her angles. And Praia Clube force a timeout on Coach Fontaine. And this really is a bit of pressure for the home team. Coach's work is never done at these tournaments, whether that be during a match watching other teams play, getting your team prepped. It is a busy old time at the major tournaments, and this one is one of those events where the matches are coming thick and fast. Playing every day from day one. But a place in the gold medal final will refuel the teams. That was a lovely set. Keeps it generally pretty simple, Yardi, to the middles. And the middles are just searching for the spaces. That's why they have a relatively restricted run-up. Not over-committing to anything. Punting chances. Good serve, Fedosova. Nice defence from Yardi. And hit very hard and nearly defended. Yingying's got a bit of company out there on the wing. 195 tall, the left-hander. And the blockers are doing a pretty decent job on her at the moment. She's had to work hard to get to her 4th point in the match. Nice work. Kuznetsova rattles it through the blockers. Back straight through the arms of Chen Bohai. She'll be a little disappointed with that. Captain for Dentil Praia Clube, Denzel da Silva. Tests the opposite, Chen Bohai. That's more like it. That's more like it. First really clean kill apart from that pipe from Yingying. Chen Bohai, opposite player used in that rotation as a passer. They don't hide her. Does the job well enough. Kuznetsova forced back out of system play. Blockers easily organised, well picked up. Good watch from Chen. Power this time though from the Russian. Wraps that with some serious power cross court. Oh, nice hit. Knew she had Yardi to beat as the one blocker, so wasn't too fussed about that. Reed to serve. There's the other American, Caffrey. Valuable addition to this Dentil Praia Clube team, and they've played very well at this tournament. The 2 US imports. Great flat serve, good pressure on Lee, isolates her for the blockers and finds her way past the relatively undersized Macris. 178 Macris, so when she's in the front line for Praia Clube, that is definitely a target. They don't want her up against Lee too many times. Similarly, Yardi, 182, little taller, but certainly a target. Trouble here. Free ball, he's not made the most of. Chances for Praia Clube. And they solve what was becoming a problem there. Reed gets another kill. Second kill of the game for her. And this time, the flying Wang Yizhu can't stop her. Pressure on Feng Cheng, the Tianjin coach here at home in Hangzhou, wants to see his team through to the final. And with hitting like that, they have every chance. Well, I said she'd had to work hard for her 4 points, but because of the volume of sets that he's going to Yingying, she's going to score heavy again. 7 points in the match already, 26 points in. Nice pass, good slide. That's beautifully done by 2 players that have spent a lot of time on court together, club level and internationally. And that slightly annoying itch for Marcos Miranda, the Praia Clube coach, is that sketchy start that has given Tianjin this handy 3-point lead, and they're just defending that well at the moment. Anything you can do, etc., etc. Was an audacious set from Yardi. We are going to get the double substitution then. So front and back court flipped, which means Chen comes back in. In comes Mengdu, the backup setter. Well, the slides have been successful for Brazil so far. Dentil, though, runs out of luck on that one. Substitution works, and works again. And the new player on court serves an ace to take Tianjin Bohai Bank out to a very good lead here. Oh, look at that ball. Oh, goodness me. You can read the maker's name, the ball pressure, the official FIVB stamp pretty clearly as it's coming towards you and moving all over the place. What a crowd here in the Huanglong Sports Centre in Hangzhou on the central eastern sea border, south of Shanghai, looking out across the East China Sea. But all the focus right now is on this court. And Tianjin have just maintained a very high level of volleyball in this opening set. Praia Clube have played well, but it's not been enough. Oh, it's marvellous. That's brilliant work from Caffrey off the Kuznetsova dig. And again, super from the Tinya, but it's still a free ball. Tianjin go again. Still can't make it. Now, can Praia Clube finish? Read out of the back line, demolishes it. Oh, that's brilliant. And Dentil Praia Clube fighting for their lives in this opening set. They're still a long way down. What a rally indeed. It's a great last line, isn't it, to that little bit of musical accompaniment. You guys just made my day. Well, they are certainly making our day at the moment, these two teams. Some pretty decent stuff down there on court. Fedosova gets herself a third kill of the match. All attacks, no blocks yet for the Russian. And Wang Yizhu appears at the line again, which means Li is back into the front court. She might get a swing here, does so, and puts it away. That's a problem position. It's been a bit of an issue. The cross-court angle just behind the attack line. They're packing it with defenders. It's great positions from both Reed and Natinya. But every time they find the seam, players not going for the ball. Plenty of time to sort that out in this game, though. I would say the early structure of Dentil Praia Clube's setup for this match against Tianjin is okay, but it's about delivery, it's about completions. Another veteran in, 38 years of age, Monique Marinho, signed from CES Flamengo in the off-season, comes on with an ace, so there's a bit of a theme both sides of the net. Substitutes come in and make the ball talk. Wang Yizhu beaten. Now can Monique go there again? Does so. Double ace. What about this? What a way to deliver for your coach. Timeout called by Fang Chen, just sensing that momentum change and wants to burn this timeout to get rid of that serve if he can.
点就是只要咱打不死，就回到往前拦网，前排注意拦网，后排注意防守，要跟上节奏啊，好吧？没有，其他没有啊。
It's over with a personal translator to get the coach's message across. Liu Meijun is coming in, so the wing spiker has been brought on to try and shore up the pass. So this is kind of double insurance here from Coach Fang Chen. He's initially called the timeout, now he's put an extra passer in. It's in play. It's hit well, but it's hit out. Now, as me saying, Yao Di keeps it generally quite simple through the middle, but she set two pretty out there balls to Fedosova, second of which unsuccessful. And the lead is reduced to just 3 points now. Praia Clube back in this. What a pass. Oh, no! Oh, Lee's hit it hard off the top of the block and it was defendable. And Monique has mistimed her jump. And it's gone over her head, just went too early. Slightly fortunate for Tianjin. Big serve from Fedosova, well passed by her fellow Russian, Kuznetsova. And that's another demolition hit, this time by Dentil. Just asking for that passing unit to move forwards for this next serve. Coach Chen, but it's a serve they haven't faced yet. I like this from Marcos Miranda, he's keeping it quite interesting. Juliana Carrillo Santos in. Back-up setter to Macris. Oh, that's brilliant from Reed. It was a clever try from Yingying to find the line, and Reed just shutting the lights out there. Oh yeah, nice work, and just about lands it on the line. And the pressure grows for Tianjin. Remarkable serving here from Praia Clube under pressure, and they go to the captain again. Blockers all over it. And Kuznetsova finishes very well. Was going for block out here, but got the bonus of going straight over the top of Wang. And straight between the seam of the two defenders. Liu and Liu. Real problems here. And they do eventually get the kill. Yao Di finally sets the ball somewhere else other than to Yi. And Chen Buya, who hasn't hit the ball for a while, makes the kill. Chen to serve. Follows it up nicely. Good pass, though. Oh, it's nice work. Excellent realisation there from Kuznetsova of the ball that was going to be available from Macris. In addition to killing the ball, Kuznetsova's really twanged Yao Di's wrist on that one. And Tianjin are going to have to fight hard for this. What a great job from Monique initially from the bench to cause problems. Now can Reed find a big serve? We need this. Praia Clube. Goes at Chen, so once again the opposite targeted, but she passes it really well. And exactly the same as the last time they were in this rotation. Side out is clinical. No fuss, no nonsense, stick the ball out to lead. She'll get it done, 23-21, and the captain now moves to backcourt, so Praia Clube is still with a shot here. Need to side this out straight away. Not Monique's best pass. And a fabulous block comes straight back into the face of Kuznetsova. huge shutdown from Wang Yuanyuan. Well, they've been made to work very hard for this. 6-point lead at one stage in the latter part of this set for Tianjin. But Praia Clube have asked some good questions and continue to do so. Yardi beaten on that slide swing from Karagatas and beaten well. Now then, how do these next rotations set up? This is important because Netsova has a good serve. We know that. She's got a jump serve that she can get to some pretty tricky angles quickly. Tianjin have to be at their best here. They do not have lead front court, so favourite is the pipe. Will Praia Clube stack on that? Well, slightly different angles, but they've still done a good job on Li Yingying. Ball in play, Wang hoists it. Can't get a swing on it, Lee, so this should be Praia Clube's point. Caffrey makes absolutely sure it is. And how well have Dentil Praia Clube played in this set to keep themselves in it. Magnificent impact plays. Now then, Tianjin tried to run that slightly funky play for Lee. We've got a challenge here. They've got a challenge. Both coaches have challenges up their sleeves, 2 per set. They've not used them, so I'm not really surprised that Feng Chen has jumped in there, and he's using this strictly to slow the play down and have another chat with his players in the absence of a second timeout being available. And he will want Yardi. Yeah, he's just asked her there. He's just asked his setter, do you know what your next set is? That was, by the way, that was never ever going to be a challenge that was successful. That was tactical, purely tactical. It is, of course, Dentil Praia Clube's point, because Netsova will serve. But Coach Chen has pulled a good one there. He's delayed this next serve, and he's got his Tianjin team to fix on what they're going to do. Because Netsova goes off pace, pass is good, they don't go middle, go to Wang instead, and Wang off the block gets the job done just. That's a hell of a first set, very enjoyable watch. And it's Tianjin Bohai Bank that get it over the line, subject to Marcos Miranda throwing his challenge card into the ring. Well, we love the challenge system, no doubt about it. It has made a huge difference to volleyball and to sport in general, but what it denies you sometimes is the joyous celebration at the end of a set, because we still have to wait to see whether Tianjin are going to celebrate going into the lead. Listen to that crowd. It's a massive audience here in the Huanglong Sports Centre. And our first referee, Marie-Catherine Boulanger, is just checking it. No net touch from Wang. Successful finish on the play. It will be Tianjin Bohai Bank's first set. Nice angle, the block got pretty well organised there. And for once, the brilliant Martinha in defence can't get to the ball for the Brazilian side. Well, they haven't lost a set in this championship yet. Tianjin, that's how good they've been. They still haven't lost a set. That was one of the tightest ones they've played. And it was 26 minutes of real entertainment. Thanks for joining us on FIVB TV, your home of the World Club Championships. Plenty of entertainment in Uberlandia for the men's last week. It's been brilliant here in Hangzhou, watching the women's this week, and we will find out this weekend who will be crowned the champions. Plenty of highlights to enjoy from that first set. Nice package from our EVS operator and TV director, but let's be honest, they could have played point 2 from that first set. Monumental rally. Would have filled the time pretty nicely. Pretty even on the scoreboard, pretty even on the tail of the tape. 3 blocks, 2 aces, special teams working well, errors kept to a bare minimum by both teams. Very impressive stuff. But it is the marginal favourites, Tianjin, who lead by a set to 0. Take a look at the attack zones. Very often, if you're not running your middles, it means your pass isn't quite on the money, and it was away from the net mostly for Macri, so Dentil Praia Clube couldn't open up the middle part of the court, whereas Tianjin Bohai Bank were very successful through the middle. Just the one exception, Fetisova's miss out to the right side. And with the pressure on Adenzia and Karol Gattas having to honour those middle sets, there's always space, there's always a seam for both Li Yingying and Wang Yizhu out on that left side, and for Chen Boya out on the right side. Time to revisit the entertainment, and time to get set 2 underway. Don't expect any changes. Both teams are playing really well. Praia Clube just need to be that little bit more circumspect with some of their work, but they also need to get off to a decent start here. Don't want to give their Chinese opponents an early lead. Tianjin Bohai Bank in the light blue and white shirts. Restart, set 2 underway. Teams staying where they are under regulations for this tournament. Well, that'll do. Team in the darker shirts from Brazil, Dentil Praia Clube, finished second in their pool with 2 wins, 1 loss. But the 3-0 loss to Caneliano was a decent performance. Then they beat Red Rockets of Japan and Vietnam's LP Bank Ninh. And if they can keep doing this against Li Yingying, they are in the money. So when Li is front court, coach Marcos Miranda has to get his bigger blockers lined up against her for 2 rotations. And with Karol Gattas and Nia Reid on this rotation, he's done exactly that. Fetisova didn't look too comfortable after that swing, did she? And the block is brilliant again. Karol Gattas is working her socks off down there on court and, well, doing what she always does, absolutely loving it. So good to see the joy on the veteran players' faces who've played in so many big events down the years. Still just getting so much from the sport. Well, they could be getting a 4th point here, Praia Clube. Super defence from Liu Liwen. And threaded past the block, past the defenders and into that far corner by Li Yingying. Now, I talked about Praia Clube just needing to be that little bit more clinical, and that 4-point lead could have been useful. 3-1 doesn't feel nearly as bad. Again, out of system. Macri sets from the attack line and sets Kuznetsova well, who finds her target, namely the blocker's hands, and a wry smile on the face of Marcos Miranda, former head coach to the Australian men's program, also head coach in Russia to Belgorod. currently one of the programme directors for the Brazilian national programme. So his CV certainly up to the task. And his team, in the early phases of this second set, look up to the task as well. I think they were fearing the worst and they got the best from Tianjin, so it was as expected. However, you get a real feeling that the Brazilian players are not too fussed now. Now they've had a good look at Tianjin in that first set, the confidence is up and they are making good ground here. 6-1. Kuznetsova goes to 9 points in the match. The only player in double figures is Lee at the moment on 11. And she'll be joined shortly by the Russian, and it's a very early timeout from Fang Chen. Chinese women's programme hugely popular in this country. They have had so much success since the 80s. And still turning out major stars, the likes of Juting, not playing domestically for the back end of this season. So started out with Tianjin for the first part of the season, then joined her Italian club, new club, Conegliano. And we'll see her in action in game 2. Prosecco Dokimoco Conegliano taking on their Italian rivals, Lumia Vero Volley Milano. 7 Olympic champions on show in that match from Italy, plus Juting. Quite a lineup. And the open net is just missed by Kuznetsova. It's never easy, that shot. She's 1m82, she's not one of the taller wing spikers. And Tianjin packing the defence there. Now, this is Praia Clube's first test. This is their first run where they've got to defend this lead. Another open hit, this time successful. What a chase from Macris. And that little cutter on the ball, just getting it down to the floor before Liu Liwen can defend. Praia Clube need to take this 4-point lead as deep as they can. What a serve from Kuznetsova. And that's not great. That is not great from Tianjin. It's not brilliant from Praia Clube. Superb swing from Lee. I think that's picked up the block. And with the aid of technology, we'll know whether it was in or out. It matters not that it touched the block because it was in. Kill number 12, or point number... No, it is kill number 12. No blocks yet for Lee against Reed in this match. That service. Great pass as well. Oh, what a read. Wang Yizhu and Wang Yuan getting themselves out wide to that slide ball. And Tianjin setting about repairing the early damage. Just got a little wake-up call from the Brazilian club. But now the pass is going awry again. Caffrey, first swing in a while. She puts it away very tidily indeed. Peyton Caffrey, 26 years of age, first season in Brazil. Plays in the US League for Vegas Thrill, former Florida State and West Virginia University player. Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River and all that. Guttas targets Lee, good enough pass. One can't get it away. The other one can, and the player that put down the winning point in the last set, Wang Yizhu, again finds a similar angle off of the block. It's a good reach, isn't it, from Adencia? Just didn't get the deflection they were after. Block. Caffrey acknowledging that she was trying to do more with that ball but couldn't, and works it off of the arms of Fedosova in defence of Caffrey. If that had missed her, it was going out. So she did do her job, but you just can't get out of the way when you're mid-air. And all that great work at the start of this set by Praia Clube is, I'm afraid, undone. Caffrey's error, 8-all, and the 4-point lead for Marcos Miranda's team is gone. And the 2 errors may mean that Peyton Caffrey is gone. Players definitely come in. Yeah, it's number 15, Monique Marinho, that has come on to replace the American Peyton Caffrey. But it doesn't change the course of the game this time, and now Marcos Miranda calls a timeout. Big run of points there for Tianjin Bohai Bank, and they effectively repaired all the damage. Very important when you're dealing with players at this level of experience, and both coaches have some great players to coach in this match. Very important you keep it calm, very important you rely on these elite athletes to solve the problems that need solving. It's the first pass that's been the issue. And another one pings off the arms of Kuznetsova. Well, they've got Priscilla, 37 years of age, left side, and they've got Mayara on the bench, so they've got 2 solid replacements if they want to bring Kuznetsova out of the action. Reed went a little early on that one, but controls the ball well. Adenzia waits for the rebound. And at last, Praia Clube have got this scoreboard turning again. Setter, Chris for Dentil gets it in play. Feeds the ball out wide to Moni. First swing from her is good, second swing is even better. Well, she's pretty much done exactly what the coach has asked her to do, coming in from the bench, Monique. Wayward pass, very good block to keep that live from Yardi. That's a clever bit of work. Adenzia and Reed. Adenzia's touched the net, can't fashion a block. But the save in that point from Yardi was excellent. And the setter it is that goes back to serve. Those little bits of work that sometimes go unrecognised on the stat sheet. Good defence off the block of Fedosova. He was a little sluggish out wide to Monique there. It looks to me like Praia Clube might have found a rotation that's going to work for the moment, bringing Monique in for Caffrey. Now, 2 aces for Monique from the bench in set 1. They could do with one here. Great serve. It's coming back, but it's a free ball. Oh, no. Very high set from Macris. And it's those failures to capitalise on a really good opportunity that are hurting Praia Clube at the moment. That and the fact that Wang Yujiu is stepping into the void. At the moment, Li Yingying isn't killing the ball and isn't getting a lot of sets. She's only scored twice. Only scored once in this set, sorry. There's the main attacker for Tianjin. Oh, wow. Everybody at the moment for Tianjin Bohai Bank is stepping up to the plate. Fedosova. No fuss, no nonsense. Just stop the ball coming over. 13-11. Kuznetsova, incidentally, is into double figures. She gets to swing again and gets blocked again. Now, Irina Fedosova does not allow herself a lot of big celebrations, but she loved this one. Oh, yes. She really enjoyed that on her compatriot, Kuznetsova. Just a reminder there about where the Tianjin attackers are trying to go, and Marcos Miranda saying to his blockers that they're going into that angle, and to get to the angle you mustn't reach across or sideways, you've got to go across the net to try and stop it. Another tough one for Martinia to deal with. Good tip from Reed, just an amazing defensive pickup there from Liu. Oh, huge. That is huge. And it's another point where the play that's happened before the point is terminated is all important. Yes, that's a great block, but the pickup from Liu, you might have heard on the courtside microphones as she hit the court hard there. That was brave from the libero. Good pass, under pressure. Reed tips again, easily defended by Chen Boya. And this is all very, very good from Tianjin. They've been stung into action by Dentil Praia Clube's early endeavours in this second set. Now they look unstoppable again. Into a huge lead. I can't see them letting this one go like they did in set one. The pass just isn't good enough at the moment from Praia Clube. The serve is forcing the ball away from the net. It means that the options for Macris are seriously restricted. The blockers know exactly where it's going. And Chen Buya lines up Kuznetsova for fun. Both Chen and Fedosova have now managed to stop Kuznetsova in recent rotations. They need a pass. It's better. Well, it was pretty obvious that the middle was going to be used, but Adenzia chops it across her body with power. Tianjin's turn to try and defend what is a very healthy lead. Good work. Very good work. And Fedosova, not her most commanding hit, which has certainly made Yardi laugh. It's a bit of a waft, but it's worked a treat. Physio allowed on court to attend to Borgantas. In-play medical attention, very much part of the modern game now. And if you don't need to stop it, you don't need to take players away from the court. Physio can come on and assess. Looks like a finger problem for Borgantas. They can look forward to lose her in this match. Captain, fellow middle blocker, watching on nervously. She wants to know if her compatriot and fellow middle player is okay, and I think Carol Gattas might just have had a digit readjusted there, but she's okay to carry on. Fedosova has been getting this ball to drop very quickly from the service line, but floats that one deeper. So another new player on court. none of the left side players are having any luck at the moment. Priscilla, I think that is, who has come in. He's dumped ceremoniously on the floor. In fact, it's Mayara Basso. My apologies. Either way, it's another block. Either way, Tianjin are flying now. Solid pass from Mayara, gets another return ball. Hits it well. Defended nicely. And Ryugo's tip for the reuse, but doesn't get her timings right there, and the blockers finishing well. So two new left side players on court for Dentil Praia Clube. Unfortunately, Kawagatas was able to continue. She makes the stop. 6 points down though. Tapped over by one. Easily defended. Tip as well. Yao Di hits the floor. And Shenbuya can't quite find the angle on that one. Reed can. Nice kill from Nia Reed. Well, it was at this point in set one where Praia Clube started the comeback. Brilliant defense from Natinha. Reed can't get a swing on it, but gets a good tip, and it's good enough for the point, even with the magnificent attentions of Liu Liwen. Reed goes to 6 points in the game. She'll have to go bigger than that if Dentil are going to win from here. And once again, there's a feeling of deja vu for Fang Chen as he calls another timeout. Relative to the other teams at this tournament, Tianjin Bohai Bank have travelled with just 3 wing spikers, 3 middles, and then 3 utility players who can do jobs elsewhere if required. Reed to serve again. It's a good serve, it's tested Lee. Got to win these points, Praia Clube. Oh, super defence from Monique. And Mayada again can't put it away. Lee has another go. Shenbuya has another go, and we're into another huge rally here. And Tianjin finish it. Li Yingying's 14th point of the game. Made the Hangzhou crowd's day, that rally, because it went in Tianjin's favour, but Praia Clube are missing chances again. Well, the slide attracts the attention of the blockers. Reed had room to work. The ball has been given out. Challenge, video challenge is announced. And middle blocker for Tianjin gets a green card for owning up to the block touch. Nice finish from Reed. She's getting close to double figures now. Fetisova has been amazing. 9 points for her, 14 from Lee. That's the driving force at the moment for Tianjin. Well, we like a bit of room for drama here on VBTV. There's certainly that in this second set. Lead reduced to 4. Very important kill. Yingying knew exactly who she wanted to go for there. Macris was in the front court. Knew she could use Macris's block as a target. 15 points garnered by the Tianjin captain. She will serve. Nice finish from Monique. Well, Kuznetsova and Caffrey started left side for Praia Clube, but now it's Mayara and Monique. Monique's a very adaptable player. She can play left and right side, but she's doing a good job out on the wing at the moment. There she is in the number 15 shirt. I think she might have booked herself a place on court at the start of set 3, and we're not far away from that. New server, once again, Juliana comes in. Backup setter to Macris to serve and play defense. Oh, that didn't work from Yardi. And this time, the point opportunity is taken. Monique delivers. Coach Chen understandably frustrated, but so was Yardi after that last slide set didn't work. To Wang Yuanyuan. Good blocking. Good blocking, and there's trouble here for Tianjin. This is not a rotation they want to get stuck on. They just don't have the firepower to get out of trouble here, so they need a good pass. And that initial mistake now by Yardi is looking like it could be a costly one. Really costly. And if Dentil Praia Clube play it right here, they should be back in this set. Very important serve, very important point for both teams. Better pass, but it's not great. And that's a very good shot. Wang Yizhu has just got her team out of some serious trouble there. Good hit. Lee is still in the back court, so the issues on side out remain. And as long as Dentil Praia Clube can turn the scoreboard over on that side out on the next one, they've got two golden opportunities here with the blockers just right. Reed back into the front line now for height out on the right side. They've got a real opportunity here. And Fetisova scrapes it past the block. She's into double figures. Super return from the Russian middle for Tianjin. Deep out. Yingying was briefly in. So this substitution that just helped Tianjin back into the match has been executed. In set 1, that is. So Mengdu into serve, but Mengdu's service run this time is short-lived. That was the second of the side-outs that Praia Clube needed. Now they can go to work. And Monique is the server to go to work for them. They might be 2 down, but this is a golden opportunity right here for the team in the darker shirts. No. Missed, and Monique will know that is crucial. Marcos Miranda knows that's probably it. And the 2 opportunities that came along, not fully capitalised upon. 3 set points for a 2-0 lead here for Tianjin. It's whipped out of play by Mayara. Short and sweet. The comeback seen off. And Tianjin Bohai Bank lead Dentil Praia Clube by 2 sets to 0. in this World Club Championship final. A couple of 26 minutes is a really good tight set, should go around the half-hour mark. But because there was a couple of extended rallies in there, and big rallies as well, coaches using their timeouts. That one went deep again. So, scoring charts. Lead Yingying on 15 points. Fedosova on 10. Netsova on 10. Those are your top scorers in the match right now. As we enjoy some highlights from set 2. Few dice thrown by both coaches in terms of Dentil's coach, Marcos Miranda. There's a few decisions here. Now set 3, teams change ends, will be a change of fortune. And what has been the good end so far for this Praia Clube side. A lot of work to do in this match, but they definitely came out in set 2 looking far more comfortable and confident against a team that is still yet to lose a set at this tournament. Caneliano, the other team that are going well and haven't lost a set yet. They beat Praia Clube 3-0 in their first match. They'll go up against Lumia Volley Milano in the second semi-final. The block impact is growing, 11 across the 2 sets. The ace is at 3 for Tianjin, but that's not really the issue. The issue is they've served so tough. Praia Clube's pass has been away from the net. Macris's options restricted. That's how good Tianjin's serve has been. Away we go with set 3. Teams change ends, so in the dark strip, Dentil Praia Clube, Brazil get this one underway, but one of the players of the match so far, Tianjin Bohai banks. Irina Fedosova buries it on the cross-body swing through the middle. First point in the bank for Tianjin, no pun intended. Whoop. Good work. Tight. Reed hits another good ball. This is a golden opportunity for Praia Clube. They just can't seem to finish the point. Good pass from Mayara. Decent block on Monique. Another extended rally and a fine shot. Good setting choice for Macris. And it was the fact she went back to Monique that caused the deception. Bohai ends up chasing shadows. Monique ends up putting it away as she starts set 3 with Mayara. And Caffrey, the American, Kuznetsova, the Russian, go to the bench for the Brazilian team. Quality of the middle blockers on the Tianjin side of the net has been immense. They've been effective in attack, but they've been very, very good covering the net on the block. Good serve as well. Produces the error. Well, failure to take transition opportunities for Praia Clube, and a pass that has put Macris, the setter, under pressure. The two big issues from this match for the Brazilian side. Good tumbling defence. Macris goes on that short reverse. Carol Gattas defended by Chen Boyar, and Lee unleashes an absolute thunderbolt, which Natinya gets into play. Some terrific rallies in this match. Lee Yingying gets a kill. $16 points in the match now, but it's not all been her in this game. Fedosova, Wang, and Wang Yuanyuan have all contributed. Well, no touch on the block, and we get a mid-rally challenge. And Coach Chen is not a happy man. So side-on, referee has a completely different view of that point to the view that the coach and the blockers have.
Please, we said already it was no challenge. We don't have challenge for now. Come on, let's go. Just the captain. I will replay because of this specific situation. I will replay it, but only one time, okay? Stop to call challenge. Okay? I will replay for this.
So we've got a let. We're going to replay the point. The Tianjin team will be upset because they think this was their point anyway. Let's see. Well, under the modern guidance for referees, our referee has got it bang on there because it's hit the tape hard, it's hit the top of the tape hard, and there's a chance that would have touched the blocker. In real time, you have to let that rally continue. Not going to allow another midpoint challenge for anything like that. It's good work from Reed. Rubs a bit of salt into the wound. Lovely pass. And that's what a good ball into the setter does. If you're inside that first couple of meters from the net, setters of Yardis and Macris's quality will run the block ragged. Good set, good kill from Wang Yuanyuan. Now, these next three rotations are scoring chances for Praia Clube. And they get rid of Lee's serve straight away on the error. Now they've got to go to work here. Have the Brazilian team. Next three rotations, they've got to score heavy. Monique missed an important serve at the back end of the last set, but she nails her third ace with her first serve in the third. That's good. That's really good, and that's moving. And they use Chen Boyar, the opposite player, as a third wing spiker, so she passes regularly in rotations. Removed on that occasion. Another really good kill from Wang. And this will be annoying Coach Miranda, because Wang has got one shot that she's used in this match, and she's used it to great effect. She's hitting a steep angle off the blocker's hands. And blockers are not getting across to her. Remember, Lee in the back line, so Praia Clube will be trying to score as much as they can here. That'll do nicely. Well, touches. Ball's in. A little bit of afters at the net. Carol Gattas gets involved. to end up with a green card on the threat of the video challenge. He touched it off the fingernail of Macris. The fingernail. They will get another shot at this this group of rotations, Praia Clube, before this set is over. They're not so far making the most of this one. Well defended by Wang. Ball shipped out to Chen. Chen hits Reed. Oh, it's good movement from Fedosova. She didn't want that. She did not want that next ball. Is she going to get set again? Well, not many opportunities to set the ball there for Yardi, but she finds Lee very well, and Fedosova clears up the mess. Didn't block it, I don't think, just covered it. Oh, it's a good hit. That's a really good hit. Nia Reed's been impressive in this game. And one of a very large group of such impressive US opposite players. It's come through in a real generation of stars, as Reed, which is why she hasn't enjoyed that much time in the national squad. Still in the mix, Dentil Praia Clube. They need to keep believing here, the club from Uberlandia. Yardi gets away with one. If in doubt, punch it. So Lee will be back to the front court shortly. Rotation where Praia Clube will want to steal a couple of points if they can. Wang and Fedosova, the two favourites here to get the ball. Let's see if the pass is good, whether Yardi decides she wants to go elsewhere. Oh, it's a good save again from Chen Boyar, and another chance goes begging. Oh, that's a double off the arm of Wang. Spot by first referee, Boulanger of Belgium. Placing the gold medal final up for grabs. Dentil Praia Clube have never made the podium at the FIVB Club World Championships. Tianjin Bohai Bank's best result was last year with a bronze medal finish. So they have a chance, if they can get through this game, whatever the result in tomorrow's final, they have a chance to go one better, maybe two better. Again, on the edge. Tianjin get the job done. Wang goes to the back line, which means that Yingying is into the front court, and they've scored well when she's been across the front three rotations. Player in the #1 shirt, the captain. Fedosova's done it again. Oh yeah. Good discipline blocking from Fedosova. 12 points, equal with Reed in second place now. Wang and Kuznetsova, the only other players in double figures, along with Li Yingying, who leads on 17. Good defense. Chen a little slow to the ball, but gets there. Hoisted for a freebie. Good pass from Natinya. Good defense from Liu Liwen. And hit onto the line. Will the real-time technology confirm it's in? It does. This is precision stuff. Oh yeah, outside of the line. 4-point lead for Tianjin re-established. Ayara defended by Yardi. Macris taken out of the attack. There's some seriously good defensive work going on. Both sides of the net, players are putting their bodies on the line. It's finished by Chen Boya off the block, but the celebration from Liu is all about the defensive touch he made earlier in the rally. Time out to Praia Clube.
A posição na sua vez, confiar no atacar. Sabe daqui de longe, então dá tempo de você poder deixar aqui. Fica atenção. Passe na mão, jogando com as três, você surgindo na página. Tá certo? Vambora. Virou o jogo. Prioridade, eu vou cantando aqui 1 a 1. Tá? Vambora. Vai. Vai.
A massive win to go top of the table against Minas just before they travelled to China with their Brazilian Super League rivals. But Minas not having a great time of it. They haven't made this semi-final stage. Dentil Praia Clube have. So carrying that form into the tournament. But now heading into last chance saloon territory against a Tianjin team that have just remained organised, focused on the task in hand, and pretty clinical in areas of the game that require that kind of touch. Out of system, Yingying. Another great reuse ball. Fedosova not getting the set to swing on. Keeps it live and then finds the block along with Chen Boya. I think Chen might have got all of this. Let's have a look. Well, slightly awkward blocking from Fedosova on that occasion. Chen, though, does the job. Fedosova remains on 12 points as she goes to serve. Good lead this for the Tianjin. Nice hit from Reed. Been very impressed with her contribution in this match. The Americans going well. Praia Clube captain Dentil floats it out the back. The quality of the serving in this match has been very strong, but what has also been a noticeable factor is the lack of serve errors. Normally you expect some risk and reward to bring those errors, but this serving has been tough. Good defense from Chen Boya. Not sure how much he knew about it. Macris keeps it live. Mayara puts it into the air, but it's a free ball. Should be Tianjin's point. One-handed stab dig from Macris. Reed gets a third go, and this time does the job. Points in the game for Reed, closing in on Yingying, who has 18. You have to keep believing through phases of the match like this. Dentil Praia Clube have to think that they are still in with a chance of winning in 5. Well, with serving like that, maybe they are. It's a big ask. We know that. It's a big ask. There's been no significant momentum swing in this match other than the first set and that points run off the back of Monique's serving. Other than that, Tianjin have pretty much had control. Great pass, great swing, nicely manufactured kill by Yingying. So Li returns to the backcourt. And this really is last chance saloon. These next 3 rotations are massive for Praia Clube in terms of them trying to do something in this set to keep the game alive. The substitution in realisation of that is almost instant. Back to the service line. Can she find another ace? Juliana in for the opposite read by the looks of it, so it looks like a double sub here, so the double flip to keep a strong block in the front court through these next 3 rotations is important. Good hands, good defence. Not finished by the returning Peyton Caffrey. Oh, super from Natinya. And still fighting very hard here and wrapped into the back corner via the block by the looks of it from Wang Yuanyuan. Again, just caught a fingernail there, but it matters not because it's hit the back line. The grimace from the diving Moni told you everything you needed to know there. So 1 rotation of danger seen off by Tianjin. They just don't want to get stuck on any more. And remember, that last rotation before Lee came back to the front line was a problem last time around. That'll be happening in the next rotation. Nicely done. Nicely done. 2 new players on court, so breaks the rhythm a little bit. But Yingying are doing a great job there. And it's back to defensive situations for Tianjin. They've got to get rid of Carol Gattas' service with a straightforward kill. Not the best set. Not the best set from Yadi. But Wang Yizhu realising the situation, realising where the space is, and doing a fabulous job of getting the ball to the floor. Feels like 1 more chance for Praia Clube to close the gap now. Other than that, it's going to be in the lap of the volleyball gods. So they've got to side this ball out, and then they've got to get Tianjin stuck on this rotation for a good few points. New server, Mengdu, backup setter, into serve and play defense. Good serve, good pass, very good finish. Nice from Adencia. 9th point in the match for the Praia Clube captain. Now, I'm not saying it's now or never. You can't say that in a game of volleyball. But it's certainly now that Mayara, if she is the next server, needs to serve a good run. Praia Clube need to get this back to 17, 18, 18 all. Bit of repair work for Yadi. So 3-point lead is excellent. It allows for a couple of errors. And again, Adencia has gone to check who the next server is. And it wasn't Mayara, so that's good thinking from Praia Clube. That could have been a bit embarrassing. Macris is the next server. They go back to their original lineup. Reads into the front court again. Has to work here hard, and good defense from Natinya. Excellent swing, and it's good enough for the point from Mayara. And Fang Chen knows this is an edgy moment in the 3rd set. Lee started strong out of the pipe in set 1, but has been pretty much underused with that backcourt play by Yadi since. However, this is an opportunity if the pass isn't quite on the money. Let's see if Yadi does go to the captain. Or will she ask Wang or Fedosova to sort the problem? She asks Fedosova to get it done, and that is a very good set. Falling to the floor, Yadi fires it at the Russian, and Fedosova does the rest. And that's a valuable, valuable rotation for Tianjin Bohai Bank to get off of. Sends Wang Yizhu to the line, Li Yingying back into the front court. And now it's a golden opportunity for Tianjin to win the set and the match. Carry, lift, given against Fetisova. She has a go at this ball. Mayada does get to the service line at last. Good dipper, pass is good by Wang. Li comes off the wing to tip. Macri saw it, but it was one of those balls that was so tight to the block, you expect the blockers to turn and play it, and that's what Reed and her are just talking about. Reed didn't go for it, Macri never fully committed to the dive, and Tianjin get a point. Li Yingying goes to 20 in the match. Reed saves it. Well, if they can ship Tianjin through these rotations on straight up side outs, they can still get Li to the back line again. Dentil to serve. Off that wing to 3.5. Clever play, nicely mixed up by Yao Di, very deliberately setting the ball between 3 and 4. Li Yingying knew what the script was, came in and found it, and benefited from a big seam. Tianjin need a service run to protect at the back end of this set. Good reach from Yao Di. Again, out of system, Li Yingying with a terrific kill. 22nd point of the match, and that's one of the best. What a hit. Monique was not expecting that one to come so steep. What a fireball swing. 22-18. Tianjin getting the job done here. There is room for a last throw of the dice from Dentil Praia Clube. Tianjin 3 points away from their first ever final, the FIVB Club World Championships. And Praia Clube at the moment staring at another contest for bronze, one they've never won before. Well, Wang Chen can't believe it. His team are going to keep things exciting until the last. Big point this for Tianjin. They need the side out off Reed's serve. Oh, clever mix up there. That's a brilliant, brilliant piece of tactical play. They shipped out the libero, Natinya, to that defensive position down the line, anticipating another tip, and then Reed does the rest for her 19th point of the game. 1 point in it now. Good defense, chance to go level. Oh, what a pickup. It's too wide though, and Li can't put it away. And Dentil Praia Clube keep their chances alive with a very good run of points and some quite brilliant tactical thinking. Oh, this is massive. This is massive now. It's not the strongest front court for Praia Clube by any means, but their opponents are getting themselves in a real mess. And Carol Gattas shuts down Li Yingying for the lead, would you believe it? Oh, Macris was the target, but Li just couldn't turn the ball there. And now Tianjin in some real trouble. Defended again by Reed. Chances again, Monique. Can't put it away. Li Yingying goes tip once more, defended by Natinya. Reed out of the back line is roofed out of sight by Wang Yuan. Oh, stunning block. What a monster block from Wang, and what a time to get it when her team are under severe pressure and in danger of losing their first set in the tournament. Li, service, back line. got to get the side out here. Reed gets it, and Dentil Praia Clube are still in this match. They're still in this championship. It was there for the taking. But Tianjin have not had a match point just yet. It's set point instead for Praia Clube. Good serve. Trouble here, too tight. One can't save it. This to go to 4. Reed hammers. What a pickup from Liu. And one off the block and down. Oh, the chance was there for Dentil Praia Clube. Will that be their last chance? Brilliant effort from Monique, but it always was beating the two defenders. 24 all. Oh, swing for the game. What a touch in defence from Liu Liwen. And now Liu Meijun comes in to serve. Not had much court time in this game. Drops one short. Terrific serve, terrific pass. Reed can't kill it. And they can't get it to the corner. Monique covers well. Oh, you are kidding me. You are kidding me. It was a horrible point. And no blockers. Why didn't they block? Just cut past down the line by Mayada. Good vision from the wing spiker. Second set point arrives. Gatas, good serve. Fetisova blocks, and we are going to 4. And Dentil Praia Clube have pulled off a quite remarkable comeback in that third set. They've saved the match for the moment. And Tianjin Bohai Bank have missed a chance to finish this game. Stunning, 26 minutes again. Dead on, if that is to be believed. 26-24, that's the important 26 in this whole equation. And it belongs to Dentil Praia Clube, who managed to snatch a set and keep this semi-final very much alive. Well, that is going to hurt Tianjin, because they were in control. They manoeuvred through that tricky 3 rotations, but with Lee back in the front court, Dentil Praia Clube put everything they had on the line to try and stop her siding her team out to the win, and they managed to do it. So there's the cumulative special teams scores. And the serving is pretty good, both sides of the net, with low error rates. The blocking from Tianjin is excellent, and that block from Wang to save the day on Reed was stunning, but it wasn't enough. Let's look back at some of the highlights. It never comes down to one single thing to win a game, to win a set. The quick thinking to put Natinya in defence at 1, and her ability to pick up that second tip from Li Yingying was massive in the context of the last action in that third set. And now Tianjin Bohai Bank have got to do it all again. The ingredients are all there for a 5-setter. Away we go then with set 4, a set that really shouldn't be happening. But Dentil Praia Clube from Brazil in the dark shirts have engineered a stunning result in the third to keep this game live against the favourites in the light blue and white, Tianjin Bohai Bank, who now have to go again. And I had a coach describe this many years ago as a team who has one foot on the bus when the match is nearly over, can be a team that is very difficult to motivate again. However, I get the feeling with this crowd on side, that won't be a problem for Tianjin. Stunning block. Reed is stopped by Lee, the two star performers in this match, going head-to-head on that rotation, and this one. Same again. Crease pulled away from the net, goes Reed again. Reed just drops it short. Well picked up. Fedosova again having to do the circus hands to get that ball over. Cleverly done. Denzel had it covered as well. Early pressure applied by the Chinese team. 24 points to Liu now, to Lee, 20 points to Reed. And not a bad return for all the middles in this game. 9 points to Adenzia. Fedosova has also got an incredible score of 14. Wang Yuan has 7. Kawagatas has 7. So the middles are putting on a bit of a show here. Good decision. Yardi needs to be careful that she doesn't just overplay things with Lee. So nice work to go right side. Chembuya does the rest. Chen's on 9 points now. Deep serve, Fedosova. Well passed by Mayala. Reed can't get a full attack on it. It's good hands on the block there. Lee gets another swing, tight, and very well used. It's a tricky job when the ball is that wide. As the wing blocker, you've got to clamp that ball, but it requires supreme timing. And if you go that little bit too early, you become a target rather than an obstacle. Oh, good hit. Nasty hit from Monique. Now, would it have gone in? Fedosova tries to duck out the way and takes one on the shoulder. But Monique not even vaguely interested in a sorry not sorry. Reed, what a great game she's had. Good pass from Chen. And they've made their side outs pretty smoothly with Li Yingying in front court. Just that one stumble at the back end of the third, and if they'd have had one ball like that in the final phase of that match, they'd have won the set. Wasn't to be. Hoisted again. This transition opportunity is taken. Nice work from Li Yingying. Get a timeout early here from Marcos Miranda. We do. All the joy and the momentum of set 3 has dissipated far too quickly for Dentil Praia Clube. It's another monster return in terms of points for Li Yingying. 27 points in the match for her. We go into semi-final 2 in just under 3 hours' time. Conegliano versus Milano, the two Italian clubs where we've got Bella Hawke and we've got Paola Igonu, both points machines. And Reed's doing a pretty good job for Praia Clube here, but they can't kill this ball. Unfortunately for them, Tianjin can, and Tianjin by a bank move to a commanding lead. Yardi, not the tallest blocker, but she's managed to craft something out of that. There's the skipper, there's the destructive force for Tianjin, Yingying. She has to have that run across the back court though, that's coming shortly. Change is forced upon Praia Clube. Back in comes Caffrey, Caffrey the American. This is tough. This is very tough. For Praia Clube, that is. Tianjin finding this relatively easy at the start of set 4. So Caffrey's on, Mayara's on, Monique is on. It will be Monique to serve. 3 aces in the match so far. Make it 4. Right on cue. Macris is out. She's the other part of that double substitution with Caffrey coming in. So Juliana is the new setter on court. Slice of luck on this one. Good pass. Power tip, defended nicely by Monique. And the kill from Caffrey from the bench is good. Very nice from the American. That whole deja vu thing for the Tianjin coach, Fan Chen, is there again. That feeling that we've been here before. Wow. Oh, wow. What a thunderbolt hit from Li Yingying. Look at this. Complete freebie. She's nailed it. Now into those backline 3 rotations that I've talked plenty about. There are opportunities here for Praia Clube to get Tianjin stuck on a rotation. Instead, point chance, not taken though, not great from Yardi, and they've paid the price. Sold Wang Yizhu very short on that last set, deliberately so. So pressure's on Wang Yizhu here to be the main point scorer. And stopped beautifully by Dentil. It's happening again. Timeout again. Fan Chen ponders another very tasty set that he did not want to have to endure. Worrying times for the Tianjin coach. His team have lost their first set of this tournament. They're now being roughed up a bit through these rotations where Li is back court. They just cannot seem to get an attack away, and it's making things pretty straightforward. Another very nice find by Mayara down the line from an out-of-system play, and the lead is reduced to 2 points. Still can't get a ball hittable for Li Yingying. Caffrey's buried it. Beautiful shot cross court. 1 point lead. And there's the look on the face of Marcos Miranda that tells you he believes his team are in this match again. And the crowd attempting to support the home side, but it's not really working. Oh, wonderful block to go level. And Dentil Praia Clube, not for the first time in this match, have engineered a quite fabulous comeback from 5 points down. Carol Gattas will serve again. Missed by Wang Yuan. And Dentil have done all the right things. Another very good tactical piece of work from the coach, Marcos Miranda, to flip the rotation a little. Brought in Caffrey, brought in Juliana, and it's worked a treat. Great defence. Little unlucky that Mayara's defensive play bounced right back into the window for Wang Yizhu, but she finishes it well. So we will see this kind of rotational issue for Tianjin again before this match is over. It's really important that Praia Clube continue to score here and just give themselves protection against the fact that Li Yingying at any time in a game can light it up. We've already seen it in the early phases. Suggestion from Irina Fenisova for her teammate Wang on the next block. Got to attack first though. Overhand pass. Not an unusual thing. Not put away by Wang Yizhu, who's having real problems here. The block initially saves Tianjin, and at last they get the ball to Li, and that's what she can do. 30 points for her in this match. And she remains the lifeline. She remains the key for this Tianjin team. Decent front court. Chen Boya will help a little. She's now in the front line and gets an immediate block. Well recovered. It's a great defensive dig from Caffrey off the block. And the counter block, not quite good enough. Wang Yizhu has got what she needs, and it's something that's been hard to come by over these last 3 rotations, namely a kill. Yaldi to serve again. So while Li isn't in the front court, they are a little taller at the net at the moment, rather than the Chinese team. Looks like Caffrey is off the court again. Double flip is reversed. So Juliana and Caffrey out. They've done a great job. Back in comes Reed, back in comes Macris. And off we go again. Nice read. Yaldi makes the play. Good work. That's really clear thinking from Liu Liwen, the libero. She knew that Li was available and just bumped it. Obvious though it was, gave it a nice peek and just allowed Li to go to work. Valuable scoring on this rotation. Just gives them protection against the next play from Praia Clube. Another point would be good here. Well defended. Praia Clube know this is important to stop this. Nice defence from Liu. Out of the back line again. Li is defended brilliantly by Natanya. And that'll do nicely. That was a vital point for Dentil. And this is where that little scoring run is important for Tianjin, because it provides them with just a bit of protection. So even if they don't make this first kill, they can still get the lead by killing the second one. Mayara with the serve. This is important for both teams. Reed defends. Latina keeps it live, but Monique can't hook it back into play. And there we go. Job done on a very tricky 3-rotation run for Tianjin, but they still have the lead. More importantly, they've got Yingying back in court to try and kill anything out of system and add to her 31 points in the game. Block against Reed, important. Fedosova manages to get another quite unusual kill. She's been full of surprises, Fedosova, but she's been quiet in this set until then. 15 points on the board now for the Russian middle. And Marcos Miranda knows the next phase of the match could kill his team off if he's not careful, so wants them to get through these 3 rotations with minimal damage. Calm coach with plenty of information for his players to work with. The problem they have here, the problem McCrease has, if the ball is not quite on the money and she has to go to Reed, Reed is up against Lee. And Lee at 195. It's been a difficult blocker to beat today. Goes the other side, but the ball is out. Monique given the responsibility there, but the veteran couldn't quite make the play, and she's not going to quite stay on court. Reed's still the favourite to get the ball here, and she's just going to have to take Lee on. Kuznetsova back in. She gets another ball out on the left side, and what Monique couldn't do, Kuznetsova returning to the court for the first time since set 2, manages to get done. 3-point lead though for Tianjin. Very important they don't concede points with Lee in front court. They've got to make points where possible. Nice serve. Oh, brilliant. It's brilliant stuff from the middles today for Tianjin. Look at this from Fedosova. That was a very, very restricted approach, but she just made sure she was available for Yardi, and availability for middles is crucial on a tight ball like that. Good serve as well. Well defended. Fedosova turns setter. And Lee is dug by Natinha. Reed can't beat the block on her first go. Doesn't get a second go. It's Kuznetsova this time. Well, they're trying to avoid the block, but they're not avoiding the defenders. And it's allowing Tianjin to keep in the rally. Third time for Reed. This time, no luck. Wang Yuan allows herself a celebration on the roof block. And once again, Tianjin Bohai Bank are making good ground through their best rotations. Fedosova has had a blinding game. 16 points for her. Reed 21, Lee Yingying 31, your 3 top scorers. Well, Kuznetsova, who's had her problems in this match, negotiating a way past the Tianjin block, has returned to the court with some impact. Again, important for Tianjin. They side this out straight away. Oh, what a shot! What a shot from Wang. 2 great points for her in quick succession. And Wang Yuan is also into double figures. 9 players at that level in this game, into the 10s and higher. Second slide, this time not defended. Carol Gatos gets what she was after. She moves to 8 points in the game. Once again, it's Macris's ability to go back to the same player with disguise that causes real problems for the blocker Wang. 4-point lead for Tianjin. You would say, under normal circumstances, that's good enough, but Praia Clube have been a constant thorn in their side. It's frustrating for Marcos Miranda, but it's not the be-all and end-all. And that's why, because Lee is into the back court again. And remember what happened last time. Dentil Praia Clube closed that 5-point gap with ease. Big swing. You heard the effort Reed put into that ball. And an overhit by the player who's now under the microscope. So Wang Yizhu will be very, very closely attended here by the Dentil Praia Clube blockers and defenders. Yao Di has to find a ball for her, or the middle, or she's got to just trust Lee out of the backcourt. Good serve. Free ball. And the repair work begins again. Praia Clube have done it once, they've done it twice, they've done it 3 times in this match. And the last time they did it was good enough to win the set. Carol Gattas believes the chances are still there. Timeout called by Huang Chen as his team once again get into trouble. Interesting. So Li Yingying in deep conversation there with Yao Di, and I wouldn't exactly say that the senior player, the 32-year-old setter, was in complete agreement first off, but the captain has made a request here. They need this side out. Not a great pass from Liu. It does eventually get to Lee, who is defended. Free ball though. Pipe again, no surprises. Well defended by Carol Gattas. Macris gets the reuse. Oh, the whistle's gone. The whistle's gone. Was it a net touch? It was. Well spotted by the second official. Prapapingthong, Honburi of Thailand, spotting Macris dragging her hand down the net. One tricky rotation negotiated by Tianjin. Captain's called in. Referee just asking the players to leave her to referee the game, and they can concentrate on playing. Substitute Liu Meijun in. Serves Mayara into the block of Fetisova, who has put on a masterclass of middle play today. It's amazing. And that might be good enough for Tianjin. Balloon serve to the back line. Natinya with a super pass. And what a run from Macris on the slide to Adenzia. The captain, Adenzia, gets herself another kill. 12 points in the game for her. Tricky, out of system. Oh, solid swing from Wang Yizhu, and that is match point at last for Tianjin Bohai Bank in what has been a huge test of their quality and their resolve. Sub ready to come in, Mengdu. Should she be required? She is required. on the serving and defensive duties, and look at that, the subs are buzzing. Alondra Tapia Cruz of the Dominican Republic leading the cheers amongst the substitutes. 5 match points, and while that should be easily enough, nothing has been guaranteed in this game. Nearly an ace, rolled into play by Reed. This for the win, not the best set. Praia Clube still in the rally. Reed again, defended beautifully by Wang. Not this time, not this time. And we have room for one more twist in the tail. Not the most comfortable rotation for Tianjin Bohai Bank to side out from for the win. If it's a good ball, the RD will be looking for Fetisova surely. Let's see if Mayara can restrict the options with a decent serve. 4 match points remain then for the Chinese team. Oh, wow, ace from Mayara. And almost complete silence in the Huanglong Sports Centre. The reaction of the crowd there was massive. Now, timeout or challenge? Denzia's not happy. Captain's not happy that that challenge has been allowed, because it's a challenge that is not going to be won. It's purely tactical. We've seen Coach Chen use this in earlier sets. It's nowhere near the service line. It's a tricky one. It is a tricky one. And Dentil Praia Clube playing their own card there, returning late to the court. They restart. Mayara will serve. Tianjin still have 3 match points. Good pass. Fedosova's given the ball, defended well. Reed. Oh, what a shot. What a shot under pressure. And yet again, Tianjin are stuck on this rotation, and it's really hurting them. Somebody has to step up if Mayara keeps the serve in play. She does. Out of system it is. Lee from the backcourt. Defended, but out. And Tianjin Bohai Bank, for the first time, have made it through to the FIVB Women's Club World Championship final. And they've done it in style.